back with another video, and today is a special video. I am making my first pair for a customer. So I've made jeans before, and I played these games before to people. I think I've given over like a dozen so far to other people, but this is the first one where I'm gonna actually ship it and be paid to make a pair. So my first commission, my first real commission, pair of jeans, and it's kind of exciting because I already got the denim. Let me show you guys what I got. I already got the denim I want to use. Here it is, and I'm gonna pop a picture of what I'm trying to recreate. I've made this type of pair before. I'm gonna try to not make it exactly the same, but a lot of the similar traits. I'm gonna add this my signature star to it as well, and I hope it's gonna come out fire. So this is not gonna be more like a tutorial, but I'm gonna explain my process behind everything, just like in my last video. And yeah, I'm excited to do this. It's gonna be very cool. I hope the customers can be very pleased, because who wouldn't like to please their customers, you know what I mean? So this is the jeans we got. I think it's gonna work out very, very well. I love the wash in this. We're gonna dye it dark green, and the plan is to flare it out. We're gonna flare it out and show that process of me flaring it out, and I'm gonna dye it, gonna bleach it, and it should be good after that. So maybe I'll even I'm gonna show the process of me shipping it and everything as well. It's gonna be very fun. So I'm going to make sure that my pants have a 12-inch leg opening. So let me check.
Hey, you bitch! Do you listen?
So it comes around 8.5 inches, and I think we're gonna add
Do not read it!
3.5 more inches of jeans here to flare it out, and then I'm gonna unhem these bottoms as well. First and foremost, unhem those. Do that. Then I'm gonna get another pair of denim, and I'll look for another pair of denim to put on the inside of this.
Yes,
And cut it open, put it together, boom.
I'm redeeming the car. I'm redeeming.
Alright, so I found the perfect pair. I'm gonna use this because it is, as you can see, I've used this before. So I've used it on a different project, but it's plenty of enough denim here. There's plenty of scrap here. This is about 5 inches just right here alone. So we're gonna use this as the inside panel, and I'm going to quickly just take the hem out and cut it open, measure this out, and put it on the inside. So as I was preparing my denim, I realized there was a problem, and let me lift this up. And yeah, that problem was that the pair I was making was too short. So what I'm gonna do instead is I'm gonna make this pair, which is a little similar, and I'm gonna do the same process with this pair. It's just a little longer though. I just didn't feel like adding more stuff to the bottom of those pair, because I don't think it would look as clean. So same idea, just different pair, and we're gonna see how far that goes. So this pair is actually just under 9 inches by 8.5. So I think I'm gonna add 4 more inches onto this from the same pair that I showed earlier, and I think it'll come out really nice because I'm gonna be using a dark green. So we'll see how that comes out. I'm gonna make another change, and I'm going to use these pair of jeans for the inside. So hopefully it comes out well. I think it's gonna come out better, honestly. Okay, what's the process now is I took the back pocket out of that spare denim, and I'm just cutting out my signature star so I can put it on the left leg panel. You guys will see me do that. I'll just sew it right on, but I use white chalk. It's always important to use chalk so that it doesn't stain. And yeah, you just make a trace off a star, and you basically do what I do. You're just pinning it down on the left side, and then I'm just gonna do a top stitch over, and it's gonna frame. And here is me actually sewing the star. It takes a really long time to set it up because there's a lot of layers of denim here. So I take my time. You can't really see what I'm doing, but I'm sewing here, just taking my time with the stitches, because you need those straight top stitch lines so that it frays properly. Because if it's not stitched properly, it won't fray the one to work. So I'm just taking my time going around the star, and I'm using a darker thread so that the thread kind of pops out a little if you really pay attention to the close details. So this alone could take around 15 to 20 minutes, and honestly it's one of the most tedious parts, because I have to make sure it doesn't stitch on the back side of the denim, or that it even goes through my finger, because it's a lot of moving components here, because it's a 5-pointed star. So this is probably the most annoying part, but it's definitely worth it in the end. And then we move on to, well, I'm just putting all the stuff aside, but we move on to actually sewing the leg panels. This is just one of 4, so I just cut out those pieces as you saw earlier, and I just clipped them together. It didn't show me clipping it, but I did clip it together, and I'm sewing the insides, and I'm taking the clips off one by one as I hit them. So I'll sew all the way until I hit it like that, sew, and then I'll take the clip off. And I do that so it gives a more even stitch, so that it doesn't look so jagged. It's nice and straight and very seamless. And when I get towards the top, I use these pins, as you could probably tell, so that when I'm done sewing, I can just cut off the spare fabric, and it saves me a lot of headache. Instead of just measuring the entire panel, I can just use spare fabric and sew like this. Now we get to the distressing part and the bleaching and dyeing part. So we start with the bleaching. I bleach it, and I kind of just warmed it up a bit with the dryer just to see how it comes out. It's kind of, I want to do a tie-dye effect, so this is how I did it. Very cool. I had to open it up because, you know, the bleach was going everywhere. You got the dye. We gotta wash it first. That's what we have to do. We have to wash these jeans first. You gotta see how dirty they turn. Dye. Alright, and right here we're prepping to dye it, so we got our dark green dye. Pouring it in, the water is super boiling. I got it right off the kettle, and I added even more hot water into it. And I'm just gonna probably use the whole bottle here, because I want this to be a very potent and dark green pair. So the more dye I use, the more potent it gets. I use probably about half or 3/4, stir it up, and then I'll add more throughout the process. This is how they came out after giving them a first wash, but I haven't put my signature tag on it, so I'm going to do that now. And here we have it, the final product with the tag and everything. I love how the dye came out. I love how the bleach came out. Super perfect. Just amazing. So quick little update. I want to say it's bad news, but long story short, the guy flaked out. No responses. I'm gonna show it on text or on the screen right here. Yeah, I don't care too much about it, but it kind of sucks because he could have just told me like, yo, I don't want to do it no more, but whatever, it doesn't matter. I was ready to ship it too. Like, I got all this, these bags and stuff, but I'm gonna use it in the future anyways. It's not a waste. I got these poly mailers and bags and stuff. Those are gonna be for future shipments, but it sucks. It's whatever. I still got the jeans. They still look great. Of course they don't fit me, but they'll definitely fit someone who's a bit bigger. But it's okay. You win some, you lose some. It's not a big setback, but yeah, unfortunate, anticlimactic ending. But we move, and there's not much I can do about it. And I hope you enjoyed the video.